Wow, I can't believe that I'm literally sitting down and making this video. Like truly, wow, I'm gonna cry. I have been waiting for this for so long, over a year. What is it? That's what we're gonna get into. Let's do it. So basically, as you can tell from the title, today's video is a little different than my usual. I usually make my productivity, my lifestyle. If you're literally finding my channel right now and you know nothing about my channel, then hey, what is up? My name is Lauren. I make productivity, lifestyle, fashion hauls, try-on hauls, all the goods here on my channel. I would love for you to subscribe, guys. Every time I see just one new subscriber, it makes me so happy. Like I freaking light up just at the fact that someone is here, wants to be a part of my life, wants to be a part of my channel. Literally makes my day, and I can say that in complete honesty. Hit that subscribe button, guys. I would love for you to be a part of the fun and just this journey that I'm on. I'm 26, and so just a lot of life changes. I'm currently changing jobs, which is what I'm gonna get into. But yeah, I'm 26 years old, literally trying to figure out my life, figure out what I'm doing, going through a quarter life crisis, as some may call it, and I'm just like, how do you adult? What does adulting exactly entail? How does one learn the ways of adults? And I know that I'm not alone, and I know that I'm not the only one here that's like, what's going on? You're in your mid-20s, you're in your 20s, maybe you're in your 30s, maybe you're here and you're only like 15 and you're like, Lauren, this kind of applies to me. And I don't want to speak for everyone because I don't think everyone goes through this, but a lot of people my age, like I said, I'm 26, a lot of people my age literally like are going through the same stuff, and they're like, I didn't even realize that so many other people are also going through this. Like I thought I was alone, and I'm like, literally me too. That's why I'm making a video about it right now, because I want people to realize it's so normal to have a quarter life crisis. What's going on? What the heck? Like, what is life? So quick backstory on me. I don't really want to talk about me too much and my personal story, because I know that's not why you're here, and you're like, I can give two craps about your personal story. But to give a little backstory, I worked in retail out of college. I worked for Lululemon for 2 years, loved it, but I was straight out of college and I was like, I'll just work in retail for a year, I'll be fine. Ended up being there for 2 years, left, got a corporate job working for Fossil, the watches headquarters. Honestly, loved that job. I thought I was gonna be there like 30 or 40 years, just like climbing the corporate ladder. Literally was only there for 11 months. COVID hit, and it's just like, still love the company though. And I started working for the company that I'm not really gonna talk about, but that I worked for literally exactly a year, that I just recently quit. And why I quit is a whole other story. I left because it was toxic and the work environment was toxic. I met amazing coworkers. When you're in an environment that you're not happy working in, and it's just you work for a toxic manager, you're not gonna be happy, and you tell yourself all day like, oh, I'm just here for the paycheck, like it's fine. It's not fine. And if that is you right now, literally working a job and you're like, kind of just here for the paycheck, but like I can like put up with it, like I promise you in 6 months you're gonna be worse and you're not gonna be happy and you're gonna want to leave. So just listen to me now and find a new job. Quit, just quit, leave. You will be fine, I promise. Find a job. But I've always just been a woman that like wants to do my own thing. Like I want to create my own thing. I've always had that like entrepreneurial spirit. I would love to be at home. I love being at home. I'm a homebody. But like I need to be doing something. I can't watch TV all day. I mean, I could be on TikTok all day, but I need to be creating things and selling things and doing things, which is why I'm here on my YouTube channel. Let's just talk about the points, what it's like, what people do not realize and what people do not tell you about being in your 20s, mid-20s, late 20s. I want to say in preference, this is mostly once you're out of college and you are in whatever job field that it is. Once I got my corporate corporate job, this is when it really started hitting me. First point, what people do not tell you about being in your 20s, you're going to start mourning the life that is no longer there and like highly anticipating the life that is to come. And I didn't make that up. I actually saw this in a TikTok. I didn't realize I was going through that literally until I saw it. Grieving the loss of my college school years, the person of freedom. I feel like I'm in this middle lifestyle. I'm not in my future self, permanent self yet, but I'm not in the school person yet. Does that make sense? So I feel like I'm mourning the go out, have fun, schoolgirl vibe. But now I'm like, okay, well, I know I'm not gonna be in this life forever. What's coming? Like, what's going on? How do I get there? Because I don't really wanna be there in the college life anymore, but how do I get to the next life? I'm in like that middle wormhole. You know what I mean? Point number 2. I've always been one that's so fearful of the unknown. Being someone of faith, I am a Christian. That's like the one thing that you're not supposed to do. But I always fear the unknown, whether it's like going to the doctor. Like I just like constantly like, what's going on? Number 3 is that when you're in your 20s, people tell you like this is the time that you create your career. This is like the time that you just grind, you work hard so that when you're 40 and when you're 50, that you're just got like this easy, cool career. Close friends that post about that all the time, how they're working so hard right now so that they have this great future. But I think your 20s is like when you have all the careers and all the different types of jobs to figure out what you like and what you want to do. And I feel like 30s or 40s is when you like actually figure out what that is so that I'm successful at it. Again, that's not everyone's like path, but like for instance, my parents started a business and my dad started it when he was 30. In his 20s, he had a bunch of different jobs. Didn't even know what he wanted to do. And then he turned 31, 32, started a company, and now he's like 56 and still works so freaking hard. So I feel like the grind doesn't really ever stop, but I feel like the whole like you gotta find your career in your 20s mentality, like we kind of need to break that a little bit and just be like, if you're in your 20s and you still don't know what you want to do, like that's okay, girl. Put a band-aid on it. Let's let it simmer a little bit, boil for 10 minutes, simmer, and then we'll take the lid off and then we'll figure out what's going on. Number 4, a good point about what people don't tell you in your 20s is that you are constantly longing for success. And I think that social media has really put it in our minds that success is just there if you work really hard on it. Like if you just work really hard at something, like, oh, you'll be successful. And like to an extent, I do think that yes, you can be successful at anything if you really put your mind to it, but this whole like longing for success is just like in your head and you're longing for the success of someone else that you're thinking of. Like I can think of a couple right now that looks and appears to be super successful and they're in their 20s. And I'm sure that a lot of people on social media look to them also. Like I can't be the only one. I'm like, my idea of success has to be different than like their idea or what like their success is, because our success is never gonna be the same. Like we're on different paths, we're in different lifestyles. So I think that what people don't tell you is like you need to find your own path of success and stop looking at other people's success stories, and because it's not gonna be the same and it's never gonna be the same. With that, another thing is in your 20s, you're going to just like have the comparison game all the time. With TikTok, with Instagram, like I feel like I'm constantly like, oh my gosh, like my TikToks aren't that great. Oh, my Instagram game, like, oh, it is not as good as hers. Everyone's gonna be better than you at something. I feel like your 20s, like comparison is literally like your thief of joy. It steals everything from me like every single day. And there's some days where my favorite YouTubers will post a video, but I refuse to let myself watch it because I know that it's just I'm gonna compare my life to theirs. And that's one thing that I try not to do here on my channel, is to really make it look like I have my ish together, because I do not. I like to post videos, I'm like, look at my messy house. It is a disaster, but let's clean it up and I'll show you how easy it is to clean it up, and you you can do it too. Last ones, honestly, this one is just something I jotted down, is every job, most jobs that I've had, we've always done a vision board of some sort, and we've always like written down like, what are your dreams and aspirations in a year, 5 years? What are your dreams? What do you want to happen? I think it's important, but I get so down when I don't reach those goals. Personally, mine change so often. I was looking at a list of 2021 like goals. A lot of them I've already hit and like great, but a lot of them I'm like, oh, like I really don't care if I hit that. Like, you know, like that's not that important to me. So I think that we need to like reset our mind. That one is just a mix up because I think it is important, so important to like know where you want to go, but be open to changes because you were a different person 5 years ago, and like 5 years from now, your dreams and aspirations are probably going to be a lot different. So really just like be open for change physically and mentally. Those were my points. Now to get on to the good stuff. I left my job. I left my job. I do have a job. I want to say I got a new job. I wanted to work remotely. I've always wanted to work remotely. My fiance has worked remotely way before COVID even happened, and then COVID happened, obviously he was still working from home. And I was just always so jealous of him because I would leave every morning just being like, oh, I wish I was just working at home with Cody. Like that would just make me so much happier. And I always, for months and months, I just always felt stuck. Like I was stuck in this job. I was stuck having to go to work. And I literally woke up one day and I was like, Lauren, what is holding you back from working from home? And that one thing was literally myself. Myself was keeping me from going online, applying for new jobs that were strictly remote, and that's what I did. I believe that everything happens for a reason, guys, but I will say that I have been very unhappy at this job. It was so toxic. If it wasn't for my close friend there, I don't know what I would have done. I would have left probably a long time ago. We literally just kept each other accountable and kept each other going. And when she put in her 2 weeks, I knew I had to get out of there. And that was just kind of like the kick in the butt that just like pushed me to go. I have cried a lot because I'm so happy that I finally got out of that environment, and I'm so much happier. I just came home and I couldn't stop smiling because I was so happy at what is going on. So I say this to say, if you feel stuck, if there's a life that you are wanting to go after and you're like, man, I don't even know how to get there, write a list of steps on how to get there. Literally just start with step 1. My step number 1 was to get a new job. Got it. 2, quit my job. Done. I don't know what 3 is yet, but we're working on it. But I'm getting to work remotely for such an awesome company, and I get to work on my YouTube channel while I'm at home on my days off. And I'm so freaking excited. Go after your dreams. You can do it. I love you guys so much.